So here's the thing. If a shoe that I designed, Jacques Slade designed a shoe, and it sold for $30,000 at an auction, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, I would be acting brand new. I mean, grabbing the microphone on the stage at the auction, acting like a rapper, like, yo, $30,000 up in this.
Okay, where are we starting? 15. It's a nice start. 20,000, George. 21. 25. Just, that's what I'm talking about, Siraj. 30. All right, everybody's comfortable with 30? Oh, somebody just scratched their head. I thought they were going for the don't. I saw you up there. Don't do that. You're going to be in. All right, 30. Once. Twice.
Sold.
Yo, hey guys, it's Poppin', Jacques Slade here. Back with another unboxing, and as you can see, this shoe right here sold for $30,000 at an auction over on Nike campus a few weeks ago. And again, if it was me, totally acting brand new. Like, this YouTube channel would be a totally different channel. My clout stacked up super high. I'm just being honest with you guys. But luckily it wasn't me. It was a really cool kid by the name of Donovan Dinneen, and he designed this shoe right here. It's the Air Jordan 15. So before we get into Donovan's story, let's take a quick look at the shoe. So Donovan was stricken by a disease. I guess the best way to describe it is it was a bacterial infection that took over his body when he was like 2 years old. I won't get into the details. I'll get into that a little bit later, but just know that he's a super duper cool kid, and I want you guys to definitely learn a little bit more about him and his way of thinking, and that's really going to come out in the shoe that he has. So here we go. It's the Air Jordan 15, and I know at first glance it looks a little weird, and this is definitely one of the more unique Jordans in the Jordan signature line, but there's some really cool details about this that I want to share with you guys, and we'll check that out. Just a quick fun fact, this shoe was designed by Tinker Hatfield, and it was designed the year after Jordan retired for the second time, because you know Jordan retired twice. I'm sure you guys already know that. Anyway, so, well, actually, you know what? Before I really get into the details about the shoe, I want you guys to learn a little bit more about Donovan, so check this out.
Donovan is independent, kind of headstrong sometimes. He also has a funny side to him.
What I love about Donovan is he has a really sweet side. He likes to give everyone hugs in the morning.
I do have a big heart, and sometimes I'm funny. I like to play video games and play with my friends.
I don't know how he plays video games either, but he's pretty good actually.
Donovan was 2 years old. His infection that he had caught was bacterial meningococcal.
I don't really know what it is, because I was only 2.
And we actually were on a cruise, and I got a call in the middle of the night. They told me that Donovan was being flown out to Doernbecher. Then the nurse got online and said, this is serious, you need to come back. They gave him about 10% chance of living. So when we got to Doernbecher, they said the treatment would probably be amputations, and his kidneys were damaged, so most likely have a new kidney transplant sooner or later.
Donovan went to quite a few surgeries, amputations, skin grafts, dialysis.
I stopped counting on surgeries because there was so many of them. I don't remember a lot of the first 3 months because how dramatic it was.
I've been going to Doernbecher since I was 2 years old. The doctors and the nurses are really nice.
Like they were invested, like it was part of their family almost.
I think he would have had a smaller percent of living if it wasn't for them. And April 10th, he got his new kidney.
I named my new kidney Bob.
The kidney's been a champ ever since. He's a fighter, and he may be different, but my son survived, and you gave me that chance to keep him. He loves basketball. A couple years back, his prosthetics were working, and he actually got to play, and just being upright and being able to do whatever all the other kids got to do.
I like to stand on my head and run fast on my knees.
I think once he gets his prosthetics and gets a chance to wear those shoes he designed, he'd be pretty proud.
When I get my prosthetics, I'll wear my Jordans.
I mean, he's gone through something that most adults can't even do. That's Donovan though, so.
I do think it has made him stronger. I think it's made the whole family stronger, actually, to tell you the truth.
My mom, my little brother, and my big brother are my heroes.
So as I told you, Donovan is a really super cool kid, full of energy, loves video games and loves his family, and a lot of that comes out in the shoe that he has right here. So one of the things that he's really passionate about is anime/video games, and that is Dragon Ball Z. So if you look at the shoes, you see here on the side panel here, this is all suede and it's all dragon scales, and it actually looks really nice. You really got to get a close-up detail of it to really appreciate the detail that the Nike designers went into when they made the design. The design goes from the heel to the toe, where you have these dragon scales sort of print. It's not flaky, it's just really more of like a print or an indent inside, embossed, I would say, inside of the design. But it looks really cool when you get a really close-up look at it. And because they use suede, it kind of changes color depending on how you hold the shoe and move it around a little bit. So that looks kind of cool. Like if you rub a fish scales, you know, if you rub a fish scales, it kind of changes the color of the scales, or the way that it hits the light. Another cool detail is here on the tongue, which is actually a representation of Jordan's tongue according to the designer, which is Tinker Hatfield. But what Donovan did is, if you look at the tongue, it has these Japanese character, and they say protection or protector here on the tongue right there. So you get that little extra thing right there, which is obviously an ode to his family as being around him and protecting him and helping him go through everything that he went through, and also the people at the Doernbecher Hospital, which is really dope as well. Now, if you look at these, you'll notice that there's a lot of gold on here, and there's a reason for that. In Dragon Ball Z, there is a character, or I shouldn't say a character, there is a dragon called the Shenron, and it's like the size of a planet, I believe, or maybe it's a galaxy, or it's a planet. It's one of those two. It's a planet or a galaxy. Basically, it's really big, and it's like a really powerful dragon, and he loves that game, and so he's included one of those on the insole of the shoe, and like the dragon is gold, so again, that's where the gold comes from. So, but he also included it on the insoles of the shoe, and because Nike can't officially collaborate with Dragon Ball on this game, on this shoe, they don't call this a Shenron. They actually call this Donovan's character, which they're calling Donaku. So that's where this comes from as far as the dragon goes. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the licensing with Dragon Ball, but that would have been a cool tie-in. But either way, it still looks really, really dope. If you look at the artwork that they did here on the shoe, on the insoles, it looks really, really nice. Really great detail from like the head of the dragon, the muscles, the fingers, the claws, the tail. It all looks really, really dope. They did a really great job with that, and I'm really happy that they got to tie that in with Donovan's design, just because he's so passionate about it. And if you actually look at Donovan's apparel, he has a backpack and he also has a jacket as well, and both of those still kind of have a throwback and so a look to this design. And actually on the jacket they have like characters and they have the dragons as well, and it looks really, really clean. So if you're looking for something along those lines, or if you're into anime and you're into sneakers as well, make sure you check for his apparel, because his apparel really is just as dope as the sneakers. And the final detail on Donovan's design of the Air Jordan 15, and quick side note, the Air Jordan 15 was actually designed by Tinker Hatfield, and it was made, or I shouldn't say made, but it was inspired by the X-15 fighter plane, not a fighter plane, by the X-15 jet or rocket, space rocket or spaceship. It's one of those things. Look it up, X-15. It's made by NASA, so I guess that makes it a rocket or a spaceship. And that's where Tinker got inspiration for this design from. And then finally, we have the rear part of the shoe. Now on the actual Jordan 15, it has some of Jordan's stats here, but for here they put Donovan's birth date there, so you have his birthday there. And then they have the 12 and the 5, which is some love for his family that they put there on the outsole, which looks really cool as well. So overall, it's a subtle design. You know, some of the Doernbecher designs can be a little louder or have a lot of like overt details to it, but these are definitely more subtle and speak more, I think, to the style and the look of the Jordan 15, and also kind of really relate to the style of Donovan. He's like, seems like a really super cool kid. I got to talk to him at the auction, and he's just super cool, super chill, and I really liked hanging with him for a little while. Anyway, so with that being said, if you want to get yourself a pair of these, they are going to be available on sneakers. They launch on December 14th. They're going to be $190, I believe. Make sure you turn on your notifications on the sneakers app if you really want to know about them. And also make sure you check for his apparel. His apparel is really dope. And just as a reminder, when you do buy the Doernbecher shoes, the proceeds go to the Doernbecher Hospital, which is the children's hospital, which helps the children and provides opportunities for the children and the doctors and research and opportunities like that. So it's definitely something that Nike is doing that I really appreciate. They're bringing the sneaker world and the charity world together, and I think it's really dope. Again, thank you to Nike for allowing me to unboxing these and giving me the exclusive look at these. Thank you to Donovan for chatting with me a little bit about his sneakers. Also, thank you to OHSU Doernbecher for including me and allowing me to come to the event every year for like the last 3 years. I really appreciate it. With that being said, guys, I am Jacques Slade. As always, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. I appreciate you. And if you really like what you see, why don't you go ahead and turn on those notifications. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.